we are being joined by not only Entei Daniel, we're also being joined by the ever lovely Jatoon.
Hello, what is up?
He's embodied by the little swall that we got going on in this little graphic.
No, that's actually me. That's where you're mistaken.
But so we're coming at you guys today with the Gen 5 analysis for the DLC move pool drops. If you guys have been enjoying this series, be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button. And if you want to support this channel and want to click that like button or the notification button, to make sure you stay up to date with all the videos that I upload. It would be very appreciated, guys. We're trying to make sure we get this information out there to as many people as possible. But without further ado, we're going to start off here. So we talked about Gen 4 last video, and so just buckle up, guys, because a lot of Pokemon learn one move in particular, it seems like, this generation. Could not explain why. But we're going to start off with Victini. Getting a lot of stuff here, actually, although I'm not sure if any of it's useful.
Yeah, it seems like you just get a lot of stuff that is outclassed by moves that I already had.
Yeah, my thought's exactly like, Blaze Kick's cool, but you do have V-Create, and if you really didn't like V-Create, you had Flare Blitz, and if you didn't like either of those, like, I'm sorry.
You're out of luck.
And then, I don't know, it gets, like, Calm Mind, doesn't it? Or, like, Work Up or something. I think it's Work Up, so maybe a Baton Pass is an option, but overall... And to the one guy in my comment section on the Gen 4 video telling me Lopunny's now go-to move is now Mega Kick. It's not, and it's not on Victini either. You're never running Mega Kick on any of these Pokemon.
Yeah, stop flaming the viewers, man. Let them run 85% accurate.
No, I gotta flame this one guy who's been having an argument with me for the past 2 days about like Lopunny running Mega Kick.
Come on.
It's viable.
Alrighty, so Serperior gets Endure, as you can see. So, I don't think that's going to make any huge impact, per se.
Extra turn of Leech Seed damage.
I guess.
This Pokemon is easily the best Pokemon in the game now.
Yeah,
No, it's not debatable.
Yeah, well, if that's the best Pokemon in the game, I shudder to think how many other Pokemon getting Endure is going to make them also the best Pokemon in the game.
I will say, just quickly, not memes aside, with all these things getting Endure, I am wondering what the implications of weakness policy are going to be. If just everything in your mother gets Endure, you can get some sort of weakness policy boost with priority or what. Could be kind of scary.
That's an interesting
not
thought.
Not necessarily on Serperior, but, you know.
Yeah, no, actually, that's kind of interesting. Like, I didn't think about weakness. Yeah, I mean, weakness policy is always an item that's, like, seen some degree of usage on, like, some niche sets. Like, it's always an item you want to keep in the back of your mind. And I could easily imagine something like a Serperior probably actually being one of the more viable users of these ones that we're looking at right now on the screen.
Yeah, just because it's so fast to begin with.
Exactly, because Samurott is pretty, and Emboar are pretty slow. Speaking of Pokemon that are pretty fast, we also have all the Simmies, the elemental monkeys, getting Swift and Endure. Swift is also apparently a very recurrent move, as we've seen over the course of this series. But if that wasn't enough, now we've also got Endure. Which, I don't know, like, was Endure, like, a move that was just, like, skipped in this generation or something? Like, was there, like...
looking like that everything's getting it.
Why is everything in this generation getting Endure? Like, did most Pokemon in the previous generations already have it and just not need to learn it, or did, like, is there something I'm missing? I'm just wondering what's up with this.
Yeah,
we gotta do some sleuthing.
Weird. Yeah, what's going on here?
So Audino gets some normal coverage, I guess. If you're running an offensive Audino, sorry. Audino's more of like a support Pokemon with just like Regenerator and like Wish Passing and Heal Bell and stuff like that. It's like a good cleric Pokemon in like lower tier formats, but I don't think any of these moves. I guess maybe Endure.
Endure, it doesn't get Endure. It's the one Pokemon.
No,
wait,
it gets
I was
Endure.
just
Oh my
kidding.
goodness.
I lied. My bad.
Lo and behold, what you were gonna watch today on this video was gonna be me teaching Jatoon how to read English, but
Yeah. I need
But,
some help.
you know, actually, this one might be another. This next one, Whirlipede and Scolipede, might be an actually viable potential Endure user.
Yeah, because he got speed boost.
You can use Speed Boost now. Why wouldn't you just run Protect?
Yeah.
Might be a question, or Sub.
Right.
Could be a question, but I guess if you really were adamantly against running either of those moves, yeah, you could run Endure.
Well, in answer to one of your previous questions, I was just quickly looking at some of the Gen 4 mons, and Luxray, Abomasnow, Garchomp, and one other one, Gliscor, all do get Endure already. So maybe this Gen 5 was just lacking Endure.
Yeah, like maybe like there was some way in the game like that you could, like in previous games, that you could teach your Pokemon Endure like through a move tutor or something, and this gen just didn't have that. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Makes sense.
But also Scolipede, Whirlipede, they get Endure. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. Endure is making me lose my mind. They get Hex. I meant to say Hex. And now Scolipede, they're not known for their special attacking prowess, I realize, but they do run Toxic Spikes. So if you do want to run like a Toxic Spikes Hex set, I guess that's an option. I don't know if I'd recommend it, but it's something I just wanted to bring up. Lilligant gets Solar Blade, which is a move we have talked about a decent amount on this channel already.
Yeah, and it does have Chlorophyll, but it also has Solar Beam. So if you're running, if you're not running Quiver Dance and you're running a Sun Sweeper on Lilligant, then you're probably going to run a special one.
Yeah, it's got a much higher special attack stat, anyways. And exactly, you already have Quiver Dance, and I don't think like most Chlorophyll's like if you're at the point where you're running Chlorophyll mons, like on a Sun team, like you're gonna have better go-to options than physical Lilligant.
Yeah. This thing kind of got wrecked with no more hidden power, huh? It doesn't get.
It has no coverage. That's definitely true. Like it's having a rough go at it. Because its coverage is very poor.
Well, it gets Leaf Blade now.
I mean, just more moves to your physical Lilligant. Also often known as Killigant for its sweeping potential, although these days it might not be doing quite as much sweeping. Moving on to Krookodile. Get some cool stuff here, actually. This is one probably worth mentioning. Endure, obviously, but
Natural.
high horsepower probably gets outshone by Earthquake, obviously. Darkest Lariat's kind of interesting, but you'd either run Crunch, I imagine, or Knockoff, but there are, I guess, situations if you're really afraid of like setup or something, like a Iron Defense Body Press Pokemon, perhaps. Maybe Darkest Lariat could be a cool move to hit that Iron Defensing Pokemon.
Right, which we could be seeing more of with all the things getting
exactly. So yeah, like bulk up Body Press, or Iron Defense Body Press, or the move like that. This could be the wave for how maybe a Krookodile could potentially beat that. Close Combat also definitely an option, a good just a nice move to have on this Pokemon. But I think Crook usually ran Superpower.
Yeah, just to hit those other Dark types.
Exactly, I think so. Yeah, usually ran Superpower to hit opposing Dark types, which otherwise were pretty good answers to it. So Close Combat may be a very, very good option now in this Pokemon to hit them Pokemon just much better. With I really like that. Close Combat, decent buff to this Pokemon. I didn't know it got Close Combat, honestly, this gen. So that I'm learning as we go along too here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Carracosta, Mudshot, Rock Blast, Endure, Razor Shell. I don't know. I'm surprised it didn't already get Razor Shell. It looks like exactly what it would have. But is Razor Shell its water move of choice? Probably not.
It still has Waterfall, which would be ran every time probably.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think overall you'd probably just rather run Waterfall, like a shell smashing set. And Rock Blast also not that good because you have Stone Edge.
Yeah, unless you're feeling lucky on your connections.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna feel kind of lucky either way. And then you have Endure again. Although, if you wanted to run Endure and Sturdy, so you can just keep living at 1 HP all day long.
Yeah, we're gonna see all like what was that? What's that stupid set with like a level 1 Aaron and you have Endure?
Yeah, it's like it's like Sandstorm and
No,
Endeavor and
the same thing, but with Tortuga.
I guess it could be. That would be annoying. Archeops gets Air Slash. I really like that actually.
I love Archeops. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a decently underrated Pokemon, and this is now its go-to special flying move for a slept on 112 special attack.
Yeah.
Does it get any other good special moves?
Gets Heat Wave. That's kind of cool. Focus Blast.
Yeah, Heat Wave. Earth Power is nice. It doesn't. If I wish it got Power Gem, that would have been really nice for it. It gets
Earth Power.
Ancient Power, I guess, for your special rock move, which, I mean, 1 out of 10 times, you're going to feel really good.
Yeah, Archeops is cool. I mean, he gets a bad rep because of his ability and is usually just...
But in a world with heavy-duty boots, dude...
Yeah, I think this thing's pretty... It's looking up for Archeops.
Yeah, I like that. It's a new day for maybe a better day for Archeops.
Yeah. 110 speed, pretty good mixed stats. Usable utility moves.
I mean, it gets like U-turn, Stealth Rocks, Taunt.
Yeah.
Some priority and quick attack. It's a defogger, and I think Boots is very nice on this Pokemon in this generation.
I like that.
Just to keep that health pool intact for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Maybe even you could run like a Hone Claws set. Maybe obviously that doesn't make use of Air Slash, but Hone Claws could be cool for like a Stone Edge set. And then when you're running your Boots, yeah, I like that. Because you could probably scare out a lot of Pokemon to get a free turn of setup.
Oh yeah, he gets some weird. He gets Zen Headbutt and Aqua Tail and some other,
he's good. He's good.
Physical moves. So.
He's very good.
Huh.
Alrighty. Well, moving on, we got Zoroark getting a lot of cool stuff actually. Hex and Sludge Bomb most notably. I'm surprised. I thought it already got Sludge Bomb. Yeah, it says it already gets Sludge Bomb.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's again some kind of weird weird compatibility rule where like it's learned it somehow and doesn't learn it other ways.
Event maybe.
Yeah, event or something. Hex kind of cool maybe. It had Shadow Ball, which is probably more reliable, but in a situation where maybe you're running on a team with Toxic Spikes, Hex could be really cool. Encore, we know Dan has been all about that Encore. Also, I think, and maybe this is something that gets slept on a little bit, is just with a Pokemon like Zoroark, like the more moves it learns, like it's a little bit more of a buff on this than other Pokemon, because the more different kinds of moves it learns, the more it can pretend to look like other Pokemon.
Right.
Which is kind of tricky, but
so when it clicks Endure, you don't know what the heck it is. Everyone gets Endure now.
I mean, until you get hit, and your Endure activates.
Don't worry about that part.
But like, if you're running like Encore, maybe you can look like a defensive utility Pokemon or something, and really fake out your opponent like that. Maybe you can look like a Whimsicott or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never actually had a lot of practice using Zoroark. It kind of always just confused me both to use and to play against.
Yeah, I feel that.
Just baffles my mind. It's like, what is going on? So it just stresses me out. So those of you who want to let me know what your experience with Zoroark have been, if you want to let me know in the comment section below, feel free to tell me how you could better use this, because I maybe am clueless.
Yeah, I need that lesson too.
we got another streak of Pokemon that just learned Endure here. Swanna with Endure, Sawsbuck with Endure.
Yeah, whatever.
This is the one that people have been really hyped about. Amoonguss getting Hex. Definitely pretty nice little buff there.
Hey, what about Emolga getting Solar Beam?
Actually, Emolga got some fun stuff here, didn't it? Wow, look at that. Energy Ball. I kind of missed that. Solar Beam, Energy Ball. I mean, that's just grass. I mean, probably your go-to move to hit rock types. Exactly. And ground types. Actually, yeah, no, that's way. Well, I don't know why I kind of missed that. That's a move to hit ground types when in a world without hidden power ice.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's really nice. I like that a lot.
He's fast too.
He's fast. His special attack's not great, but obviously you'd invest. Maybe you could go like a Specs or a Life Orb set.
Yeah, good Volt Switch and U-turn.
Yeah, so those ground types will never stop you from doing what you want to do. It's got a good utility move pool too. It's a defogger. I didn't know that it was a defogger.
I think it's knockout. What the heck?
Defog, Encore, Nuzzle is very cool because it's a way to paralyze opposing Pokemon without getting taunted.
Right.
Thunderwave obviously as well. Taunt, Tailwind. Wow, is Emolga a threat?
The PU threat.
I kind of like this. I like this.
And he's an electric immunity with Motor Drive.
That's maybe a lot. I guess that's. I mean, it's not useful, right? I don't know if you'd rather run. I don't know if you'd rather run static or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if something touches you, you're probably gonna die, but who knows?
But you could paralyze it in the process.
That's true.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a nice little buff there. And we get the Endure buff as always. And so next we got Amoonguss with Hex. And people are really excited about that because you can obviously run Spore Amoonguss all the time. And so Spore and Hex kind of have that nice synergy together. That said, I don't know how powerful Hex is going to be, or if you have that much room to run it on the average set. You might, but just overall, I think it's not like it's letting you hit anything that you weren't kind of like already hitting neutrally usually. And it's non-stab, so it's not like a huge power move. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts?
You can go ahead, Jatoon. What you got for Amoonguss?
I feel like it almost always wants to run bulk, so Hex, I don't see it being good. I mean, it's a good move, but I don't feel like it's going to be any different than just running grass and poison stab.
Yeah, that's my thought exactly. Like, it's not helping you hit anything that you weren't already hitting neutrally.
Yeah, or just putting to sleep.
Now, I guess in a world where like you're really afraid of opposing psychic types, and your opposing psychic type is also somehow slower than Amoonguss, which is, I'm pretty sure, really hard to do.
Probably impossible.
Yeah, in a world where you're faster, you can put it to sleep, click that Hex, and you'll probably feel pretty good about that, I guess. But that's the only situation I ever see it being significantly useful. And even in that situation, you had Foul Play, which might be sometimes useful too.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Hex is that big of a buff for him.
But I know people have been pretty excited about it, so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit.
You just wanted to crush your dreams really
Exactly,
quick.
exactly.
No big deal.
Electross gets some stuff. Cryogonal.
I am an Electross advocate. That getting more coverage is amazing.
It didn't get more coverage though.
No, it got Endure. That is coverage.
My bad.
So Tynamo it has Giga Drain.
But the others had a Giga Drain already, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, they already had it. Okay.
Cryogonal getting Self-Destruct, doesn't have a good attack stat. Doesn't have a good attack stat for Icicle Spear. Doesn't have a good attack stat for Avalanche. I mean, what is its attack stat actually? I think it's pretty bad. Like 75, I think.
It's
50. Oh, I gave it too much credit. My bad. So yeah, none of these seem that great to me. Endure, I guess, is kind of cool.
How does this thing get recover? What the heck?
It got a buff, I think, a stat buff, actually, between, I think it was Gen 6 and Gen 7. They buffed its special defense, I think? Which people forget about. Like, if we go back to Gen 6 OU, is Cryogonal any
They buffed his defense and his HP. Yeah.
Oh, defense and HP. Okay, so it was the other ones they got. All right, got you.
Huh, cool.
Yeah, it was always interesting that they did that. I thought it's always cool when they go in and buff stats. I wish they did it or like change stats a little bit more often. Like, although I feel like if they did it too often, then you're like, what's going on? Like everything is different every generation. But
Yeah.
it's nice to see like Pokemon that they're like, wow, we really could have made this a little better, and because you want to see more Pokemon be more fun to use and feel good using. I feel like.
Yeah.
So.
Throwing Krakenation a bone, I appreciate that.
Exactly.
Ice types are near and dear to my heart.
So we got Mienshao with Close Combat here. Was the biggest buff I see here. Blaze Kick also kind of nice. I will say Close Combat, if you're running like, because Mienshao's got two abilities that it likes to run. Reckless and Regenerator. And Reckless sets are still going to have a hard time saying no to how insanely powerful Reckless High Jump Kick is.
Yeah.
But if you're running a regenerator set, I feel like you probably now run close combat all the time.
Right.
Because just don't risk missing. And you just get that nice guaranteed accuracy without that huge downside of 1 out of 10 times. And you get great power still to show for it. So I feel like, yeah, high jump kick is maybe still, I mean, even on reckless sets, I don't know, it just makes the regenerator set significantly better in my mind. Like,
yeah, I think I agree.
If you really need that reckless breaker, high jump kick's still gonna hit so hard. It always has. But yeah, I think regenerator set just gets a really nice way to kind of level the playing field there. Didn't it already get blaze kick?
I don't
No.
see it. No. Gets bounced though.
Thanks, dude.
That's what you asked, right?
No, blaze kick.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my bad. All right. Druddigon gets Endure. I feel like, okay, now I'm kind of I thought Druddigon already had Endure. I swear to God it did. Like,
Garchomp would run that annoying, like, Rocky Helmet.
I ran that set all the time, dude. That was my jam in Generation 7.
Yeah, so now Druddigon can do that too, and then Sucker Punch you after.
Oh, no, it really was in Generation 6. I would run Scargar, the Scargar, especially defensive Skarmory, physically defensive Garchomp with Toxic, Rough Skin, Rocky Helmet, and Endure. It's like the chip damage dream.
You're the worst kind of person.
And then you run like Earthquake, Stealth Rock. Oh, ball out. Oh, that was such a fun set. Bouffalant.
All right, focus. We're talking about Druddigon.
Yeah, so, I mean, Endure's nice for Druddigon, though, because Druddigon is a lot like Garchomp in a lot of ways. So if you're running like a defensive Druddigon, which is a viable set, a physically defensive Druddigon with like Endure and Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet, like, is just got a lot better.
Yeah, especially because you get utility like Taunt and Dragon Tail.
Yeah, it's literally, this Pokemon is like, I always called it's baby Garchomp, like, with honestly better coverage, and like, it's got priority, which is cool, and Sucker Punch. It's got sheer force, like it can hit harder than Garchomp if it needs to, although it's a lot slower, obviously. But it's got that same versatility as Garchomp, where it can be like a breaker or a like defensive Pokemon. And yeah, Stealth Rock, Endure, Toxic. You can run that exact same set on Druddigon.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dragon with 3 pretty cool abilities.
Yeah, I really like it.
So, yeah, it's a cool Pokemon.
So Endure is actually here maybe slightly meaningful. Bouffalant gets close combat to beat those steel types. That's pretty nice. It did already get Earthquake, so high horsepower, it doesn't make a lot of sense like to run, but close combat is meaningful here because it would run superpower from time to time to hit some stuff.
Yeah, and it doesn't have return anymore, so Body Slam
is probably
gonna be good. Oh no, Rock Climb, I guess.
I mean, Body Slam's better than Rock Climb, I think. He also didn't learn Rock Climb, but you still run Body Slam over that. Didn't get like Head Charge or something. Yeah, it gets Head Charge. That was
right, and he's reckless.
Yeah, but if you don't want to do damage to yourself, like it did run Return quite often, so you can still run Body Slam. I wouldn't call you crazy. Don't worry.
Okay, I appreciate that.
And so now we're moving on to some more cool Pokemon here. We got Volcarona with Mystical Fire.
That's my boy.
I know it's your boy, so what are your thoughts here?
Dude, on bulky setup, Volcarona lowering the opponent's special attack. Actually, if it was lowering their attack, that'd be godlike, but lowering special attack when you're going to be boosting your special defense with River Dance anyways probably isn't actually that meaningful.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Just overall, I think you're going to rather have the power of Fire Blast, Flamethrower, or that Fire Dance move it gets, right?
Yeah, Fiery Dance, yeah.
That's a pretty good move, too. Yeah, so now we've got a couple big ones, specifically in Tornadus, and then also, by default, Tornadus Therian. They both get Nasty Plot now, which is amazing for them.
Yeah, Nasty Plot Hurricane is going to tear holes into
Exactly. Nasty Plot, and like Nasty Plot Heat Wave, Hurricane, Air Slash, Dark Pulse.
Focus Blast, right?
Yeah. There's some toys there. Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, Grass Knot, Extra Sensory. And the main thing here, obviously we're just rattling off its coverage, but like it's fast. Tornadus Therian is even faster. Now I will say, I think some people think like this is a buff for sure. This is a nice buff because it puts a Tornadus, both of the forms, into a sweeper role they previously were not really able to occupy. Mm-hmm. But I will say, here's my little expert. If you can call me an expert, what I would say here is the only issue with Tornadus Therian running Nasty Plot, and you are going to want to run Nasty Plot on some sets, but I think not all sets will run Nasty Plot. It's not like auto include like sometimes these moves are, because it's a regenerator Pokemon with U-turn, and now with heavy duty boots, you're gonna really like switching in and out all the time, just clicking attacks and U-turning out, healing back up, coming back in, clicking attacks, switching. Like that's gonna be really nice for Tornadus now.
Yeah.
And if you're running Nasty Plot, like you don't want to switch out by nature, like that's just what you're setting up, so you want to stay in for as long as you can. So I could easily imagine like a Nasty Plot, Hurricane, Heat Wave, U-turn set still being viable. But just overall, I think they kind of setting up and having Regenerator and U-turn kind of are at ends with each other. So I don't know. Jatoon, what are your thoughts?
On Tornadus?
Yeah.
I think Nasty Plot is huge because, like you said, it just gives it another role. But like, I feel like it does the other role like infinitely better. Like, I would probably not run Nasty Plot if I knew I just wanted to be annoying with Regenerator.
Yeah, I agree.
It gives regular Tornadus a lot more room to work with, which is nice.
I think the bigger beneficiary is probably regular Tornadus, to be honest. Obviously, it's a little slower, but it gives it an actual role of like a setup sweeper now if you need it to be. Like it didn't really have a role like that before.
Nasty Plot is huge for it.
Yeah, and it has Weather Ball too if you want to throw it on a rain team.
That's true.
100%
Very true.
No, that's actually another really good point that I kind of missed. Yeah, Weather Ball on a rain team because you can 100% accuracy. Hurricanes is big. That's true.
That would be helped a lot by Nasty Plot too. If you run Nasty Plot, Hurricane, Weather Ball, and whatever.
You could run Heat Wave, I guess, but you'd have the 100% accuracy Hurricanes. You could run like Focus Blast instead to hit Steel types, and you could run Weather Ball, obviously, and then have that crazy powerful Water move too.
Yeah.
So that's very true. And then letting that segue us into Thundurus. Thundurus already got Nasty Plot, so that's not a big deal for it. But it also gets Weather Ball. So if you were really interested in that, you still have that possibility. And I think does this Pokemon get Hurricane? No, it does not. That's the whole thing. It doesn't get a flying move. That was this whole thing.
You get 100% accurate Thunders at least.
Why didn't this Pokemon? A bunch of other Pokemon get Hurricane and Air Slash. This might make the WTF list. Why didn't this Pokemon get Hurricane and Air Slash when everything else got Hurricane and Air Slash?
That is a good point.
Does it have a special flying?
It does. It used to run Hidden Power Flying, dude.
That is unlucky.
What is going? I'm gonna write. This is going on the list right here. What is with this? Like,
yeah, I don't know. That's messed up. But the ever present Electro Ball. This thing does get agility, so it's already fast. You never know when an Electro Ball sweep is right around the corner.
I guess that's at least what it's got going for it.
Yeah.
They're giving a lot. They're giving a lot more viability to weather teams with those two or those three now, which is kind of cool.
I agree. Yeah. It is just a bummer though. Like imagine like Thundurus would have been an amazing Pokemon, just occupying a similar role to like Zapdos, but maybe even a little better because it gets like imagine like Nasty Plot, Weather Ball, Thunder, Hurricane.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
That'd be a sweet set. That'd be awesome on a rain team. Because you get like two moves that are powerful stab moves, like very powerful stab moves that appreciate the rain with their accuracy. And then Weather Ball, which just is now a baller water move, 100 base power water move that's rain boosted.
Yeah, Nintendo, higher up.
Yeah, what is the decision-making process like when you're given like every other Pokemon that has like something that resembles a wing Air Slash. And my boy here, Thundurus, the god of like thunderstorms, like isn't getting any love from hurricanes.
Unreal.
Landorus gets self-destruct, but it already had explosion. I guess Weather Ball again could be nice here. Because you could run this on a sand team. Maybe if you were crazy and didn't want to run Sheer Force, you could run Sand Force, and then you'd get the Weather Ball boost, but you're already a ground type. What is Weather Ball in under sand?
I think it must be
Is it a rock move? That'd be kind of cool,
bad.
actually, because that's a special rock move for you.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I like that. That's neat.
Yeah, you could probably still get away even with still running Sheer Force. It wouldn't get boosted. Weather Ball wouldn't get boosted, but you could still get your boost on Earth Power, and you get Air Slash, hopefully.
Nope.
Oh, checking.
That's another Pokemon I should have got. Dude, what is up with these? Are flying types. These are like genies that like fly around. That's their whole thing. It's man, although I will say, Landorus with Air Slash, with Sheer Force boosted Air Slashes.
That sounds pretty broken.
That would have been pretty sick. I'll be honest.
It's already
It's already a really good Pokemon, and it would have been really cool.
Well.
Yeah, I guess there was like a acknowledgement by Game Freak and Nintendo or whatever, like of like it's gonna make this Pokemon too busted, and sometimes they just didn't give them like Garchomp, my beloved, with Dragon Dance. Like they were like, well, is this gonna make this Pokemon too good? If not, even if it makes the world of sense to give it to it, we're just not gonna.
Maybe.
Which is a bummer, but yeah. Alrighty, moving on to Genesect here. Well, Meloetta gets Swift and Endure. Sorry, my bad. Stab Swift, if you weren't running Hyper Voice, I guess.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Strictly a buff.
Genesect gets some cool moves, though, actually. Leech Life is nice on this thing. It's Stab Recovery that also does a lot of damage.
Yeah, 80 base power.
And imagine if you get like a download boost on your attack stat, and then you're just clicking these Leech Lives and getting mad recovery, doing a lot of damage, clicking a stab move. That feels pretty good. It also got Blaze Kick, which I thought it already had.
It has it already, yeah.
So, again, don't understand. Maybe it's a compatibility thing, especially with these legendaries. A lot. I feel like I would not shock me if there were compatibility things.
Yeah, I like Leech Life. I mean, Bug isn't known for its offensive prowess, but still, that's a strong move. It's stab, and it gives you some nice regen.
Exactly. I think, especially on a Pokemon like Genesect that like a lot of time runs U-turn, like, and it's coming in and out, maybe needing to tank sponge and attack here or there, taking a lot of damage from rocks. Just that little bit of passive recovery from something like Leech Life could be pretty big for it.
Yeah, not bad.
So I just overall I'm a fan. Well, guys, that'll wrap up Generation 5. We're coming down to the last couple here pretty soon. If you guys enjoyed this video, again, if you want to support the channel, leave a like, comment, let me know what you guys thought about these Pokemon. Which one do you think were the biggest winners, losers? Clearly, Thundurus was a loser in my eyes. Until next time, we will see you guys later. Krakenation and the fellas out.